Hello, friends. Welcome back to Saturday Evenings Posted Mostly with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308, and we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat. Hello, Cat.
Hello.
We don't have a lot on the schedule to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and just have some conversation today. But before we dive in and do that, let's start with today's ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street on the Downtown Mall. Above the Brick, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. Also, they have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my personally biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events, such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other two sponsors, Firehouse, where there's smoke, there's Firehouse, and Kush Gang, purveyor of fine edibles and drinkables, of which we will be partaking in just a few minutes. The website is thehiddenleafcville.com. That's thehiddenleafcville, all one word, .com. A note of disclosure, we may touch on some politically sensitive subjects today, and just so you know, any opinions you hear herein belong to the possessor of the opinion, the channel, and possibly the network, but they do not necessarily belong to any of our sponsors, including Hidden Leaf, Firehouse, or Kush Gang. So, speaking of Kush Gang, because I've been having a hard time just handling all of that sugar so early in the morning, we've just gone with 2 bottles of Drip and another pack of these strawberry bombs. So, we're going to go for ingesting as much as we can, as fast as we can, with as little actual sugar as we can get away with.
Oh.
Oh. Flavor. These things are a flavor bomb.
Okay, I need to pull that picture because that picture is worthwhile.
Woo-ha! That is some very blue raspberry flavor. That's a lot of blue raspberry all at once. Yeah. So, as we get a rolling, we will be talking about the election results in a bit. And there is some, there's several bits of big news that came out this week.
Yeah.
Supreme Court ordered President Trump to fund SNAP benefits again. Which would be nice if they'd actually do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The government shutdown is going into biblical proportions. It will be 40 days and 40 nights soon.
Okay, when you said biblical, I was starting to wonder.
Yeah, I had it in there. I knew where I was going with that. Those are some big news, but one of the really big ones is, Former Vice President Dick Cheney dies at 84.
Mm.
That is an unsettling picture.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like there was a picture of the man that wasn't unsettling. The man himself was unsettling. Uh, you know, by the end of his life, he had turned a couple of corners. But I don't, he had become a never Trumper, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, he was supporting his daughter in being a lesbian, not just
Right.
being in politics, but being a lesbian.
Right.
Which was cool. I'm glad that he turned those corners. But I don't know that he ever wrestled with his role in what politics became. Um, oh, that's a lot of flavor. And this is why I recommend people mix this. That
Yeah.
is a lot of flavor all at once.
Mm.
Put that into a Sprite, it's a lot easier to just. Uh, now, I'm
I
not.
really need to get some of that and send it to my brother-in-law because I think he'd appreciate it. That and the brownies.
Those brownies are fluffy.
They are. They
Uh,
look it from here.
I don't know if he ever wrestled with his role in what politics became. Uh, you know, he wasn't. It wasn't with Bush too that politics started getting like it is, especially conservative politics.
Mm.
Conservative politics started to get tied up in the ultra nationalism and conservative Christian movements back as early as uh, Richard Nixon. Different dick.
I mean, arguably, it could be stated that they were trying to make a case that it was tied up all the way back with Kennedy because they had the entire hysteria that the Catholic Church was doing to take over now.
Yes. I guess
But
yes. Um,
but Nixon was definitely more of a, oh, we have our foot in the door now.
yeah, and it wasn't Nixon himself. I mean, it was, but there were also a lot of other players taking part at the time. Um,
Yes.
and it's not that Dick Cheney was actually some religious right sort of. I didn't even think of him as exceptionally religious,
No.
but the polarization of the politics, uh,
Yes.
the the and the consolidation of power in the hands of the president was really what Dick Cheney was working on, was executive powers.
With
And
the
I
intention that he'd be the executive in power.
right, right.
I wish Peanut Gallery was here for this because he had some really, really thoughtful things to say about this.
Uh he if you want to let him know to text him in, to either one of us, we can, you know.
Uh, it is too early in his workday for him to be able to text right now.
Aha.
He's only been there a couple hours at this point, so. But he had some really insightful things to say.
Yeah.
My my biggest thing is he did things. He tried to make up for them in certain ways, and for the most part, I do not have the general hate for the man that most everybody else has. My main issue solely comes from outrage at his hunting etiquette. As someone that was raised around hunters and went through 4-H and became a 4-H pistol and rifle instructor, that is solely where my any animosity I have for him comes from, is his lack of hunting etiquette.
That is, I mean, that's fair, I guess. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I have problems with him for, but I definitely have a problem with his lack of hunting etiquette.
Mm,
He, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Which
Um,
that statement is what kind of floored Peanut Gallery, because he was waxing poetic. It's like, that's great, but this is why I don't like him right now. And it's like, okay, that's fair. I can't argue with that one. Like,
so
exactly.
I had spent this entire time thinking that Dick Cheney shot the guy in the back.
No, unfortunately.
And, you know, and that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was the story that went around for, well, decades now.
I mean, it is part of the story that went around. A lot of, if I'm remembering correctly, what I first heard was he went to shoot and the guy stepped out in front of him.
Right.
But it was a case of it, for at least for me, because like I said, this is something that actually.
I mean, don't fire your gun when somebody's in front of you and can step in front of your shot, especially if you're shotgun hunting. It just is.
They were hunting birds, so there is only one direction that he should have been aiming, because they were hunting birds in flight.
So, and yeah. It is,
Like I said,
the real, I feel like the real, the part of that story that just, that sits somewhere in my craw is that he made the guy apologize.
yes.
He shot some dude in the face and made the guy apologize for getting in the way of his shot.
Yep.
That is some Jedi mind trick effery.
Yeah.
Now, you know, of course, there are also a lot of other awful things that Dick Cheney did. And, you know, sentences like the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Definitely still ring in my ears from that time period.
My sentiments are, the man has died. May he go on to whatever reward the quail decide he deserves.
I mean, yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't want to. Now that he's dead, I don't want to let that uh, excuse his place in history for what he did.
I mean, I don't see why him being dead should excuse anything.
Well,
Given the amount of all right, who's the person that writes? Oh, what was it? Co-wrote Good Omens.
Neil Gaiman or Terry Pratchett?
There you go, both of them. Which one of them are we busy canceling?
Neil Gaiman. Terry
Okay,
Pratchett's too old and actually I think he's dead now anyway.
isn't Neil Gaiman dead too?
No.
No. All right. There was someone else. There was another book duo where the good one is still alive, and I can't remember who it is. But basically, they did bad, and they're still getting canceled for it, regardless of death.
I mean, yeah.
If we can do that with book authors, if we can do that with other popular media things, then death does not excuse politicians for what they did.
Uh it's not it's that the collective the place in the collective memory is different for book authors. Uh and there's a lot of I think also because of his shift in politics at the end of his life, there's a lot of desire to view him as a good person, which he may
No.
have become. But again, he never publicly wrestled with. He never publicly, handled what he did, what his part in bringing things to where they are.
Right, so, question. He was a vice president. That means that there is going to be a collection of papers and memoirs and journals and God knows what else that are going to end up getting dumped at some library somewhere. Would your view on him not having wrestled with things change if some of his later papers showed that he did, and he had some sort of journal where he was writing down why he's making the changes he's making because he came to these realizations, but he can't
No.
say it outright because he's part of the machine and can't speak out against it.
Yes, it's the being part of the machine, so he can't speak out against it. Like, and he could speak out against it. He did. He became a never Trumper. He never apologized for the Iraq War.
Yeah, this is very true.
He never did the thing that he had to do to get that absolution. And even then, he may not have gotten the absolution in life, but I would be less likely to be, to want to remind everybody that he was a bad person if he'd have dealt with that publicly.
Fair
if
enough.
he'd have said publicly, I am sorry, this was a mistake. And my role in consolidating executive power was a mistake. You know, he never did that. So even if he privately, even if we find out, and not even, when we do find out that privately he was torn up about it, because I believe we will.
Mm.
His refusal to publicly deal with it, or maybe it wasn't refusal, but the fact that he didn't publicly deal with it holds that across death.
Fair enough.
It's, yeah, to get that sort of forgiveness, you gotta earn that sort of forgiveness. And that's, I don't even think, I think that would be more of an acceptance than a forgiveness. You know? It's, this is more of an ethical thing than a moral thing, I think. Because it has to do with behavior in society. Which, oddly enough, to me, make the rules much more rigid. Because the rules are set by society. And they're set in terms of society. Morality can be a much more fluid and flexible thing because it can be much more situational. And it has to do with how one interacts with their own personal feelings about wrong and right, and not necessarily about societal wrong and right. It's why things that feel moral, seem moral, and may be personally moral can be considered highly unethical. For a long time, it was unethical to smoke marijuana. But it did not cross my personal morals. Oddly enough, not so oddly enough, I also didn't really care about the ethics of it. It's like, no, this is... But because ethics are a social contract, an unjust law is still an ethical boundary.
Yeah.
So, on a moral level, I think Dick Cheney did change. And I think on a moral level, he probably... If we're going to go for afterlife, he's probably actually doing okay in the afterlife because he probably did morally, internally change. But he didn't ethically change. So the way his memory gets carried through in this plane of existence, I feel, has to reflect who he was ethically on this plane of existence. But that's just a personal belief.
Well, I mean, kind of has to be a personal belief.
Until I take over the world and implement my ethical code and moral code.
Yes.
Remember, a vote for Trevor Stewart 1308 in 2028 is a vote for the dictator you deserve.
Vadarian politics and all.
Actually, I would not be a Vadarian dictator. I would not. As much
No,
as
you'd
I'd
be a
be.
Trevarian.
Yeah, very much. No, I do. I think that a much more effective form of societal management or world domination was set forth in some of the middle books of the Dune series.
Huh.
Methods of domination were set forth in Handmaid's Tale, like
Ugh.
how you get there, but how you maintain it was well set forth in Dune. I feel like managed opposition.
There.
It was picked up on in the Matrix. It and
Uh-huh.
I feel like it was a good. I like that sort of take on managed resistance,
Mm.
but it wasn't as fully implemented as it was in God Emperor of Dune, for instance.
I am
The,
not remembering that book as clearly as I should. I'm gonna have to reread it.
all those poor Duncan Idahos. So here's the thing. The real hero of Dune, of the Dune series, is Duncan Idaho. He is the true overarching hero of the whole series.
Mm.
He's the good guy.
Mm.
He's the good guys. All the good guys. All those poor Duncan Idahos.
Mm. Yes. It is absolutely bringing nothing to mind for me, so I really need to reread that book.
Oh, managed resistance. Be in charge of your own opposition party. And the thing is, the key was, what made it work was that the God Emperor listened to the opposition. Like when somebody had a complaint, he took the complaints valid or seriously. A valid complaint would get taken seriously. But he would have, you know, he would have provocateurs in place to just stir up anti-government rhetoric just to keep people interested, just to keep people in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked to the point where the God Emperor got tired after several millennia and had to walk away. Managed resistance is a real valid, not necessarily ethical, although in my opinion highly moral way of maintaining peace in a society.
Okay.
I also think that it is a way of keeping open a method for hearing the complaints of the people. And that is one of the things that is one of the hardest things for a dictator or some other potentate to do. Is maintain, maintain that all-encompassing power, but still be able to go, oh, maybe I can still fix some things.
Yeah.
And if you allow your people to complain directly to you about things, your ultimate power appears weak. You don't appear to have ultimate power at that point. But if you don't take their complaints seriously and and fix things, you also appear weak in a very similar way.
Mm.
And you lose the love of your people. And where the Democrats fail in this, the Democrats allow anybody to come through with any complaint and take it seriously. And that's good for a political party because it means that that political party could actually, maybe hear the problems and work towards solutions. But again, it makes them look weak. The Republican Party is on the other side of that. They have no way of hearing. They have a way. They have.
They're choosing not to listen.
Yeah, that's really what they're doing.
They can hear, they're choosing not to listen, and they're choosing to ignore what is being told to them.
The key to their success, though, was focusing on those issues in the campaigns, where Democrats were focusing on other things, not the issues that the people were actually talking about. And that's where Democrats have an advantage this time around. Hey, lockpick. Why you gotta slam you with random pictures? This should require a warning. Yeah.
The warning happened earlier. It's not our fault you weren't present for the warning.
That picture does grab some attention, though, doesn't it?
I will say this. There are days when you're talking about, being the dictator we deserve in 2028, that I am reminded that my brother had plans for world domination starting from Canada. And that as the years progress, I think he may have had a decent idea.
World domination from Canada. It could happen. Canada's fully ready to carry through. Exactly. It would be a lot easier from Canada than from the US. We're gonna take over, then you'll all be sorry. I keep saying they're gonna skate down here, pull our jerseys over our heads, and universalize healthcare.
I mean, after they give us all a massive wedgie, they'll have to.
Where were we with the political? So yeah, no one currently is in a position to use or is choosing to figure out how to use managed opposition for political dominance here.
Honestly, what you need is an entirely third party that is able to hear what both sides are yapping about and make it happen while appearing to ignore everybody.
What you need is a third party to infiltrate the other two parties. Really,
I mean,
that's what you need.
yes,
You
yes,
need
but
infiltrators.
when both parties are busy spreading everything that falls out of their heads on Twitter, you don't need to infiltrate that hard.
No, the reason you need infiltrators is to get both of the parties, is to get people in positions of power in both the parties so that they'll be involved in the managed opposition.
Right, so that's how Canada wins, is they just send down people to go be Republicans and Democrats and take over that way.
Right. That's what managed opposition means. It means the top people in your opposition group work for you. Currently, that's why neither party's in a position to do that. We'll give you all COVID, then offer free healthcare. Boom, we rule the country. Ah! I like it. That was yeah. If you have all of and see that's the problem. The problem is that also sounds like a deep state government. That's the kind of thing that conservatives that the conservatives are afraid of. Thing is, it's also the kind of things that the liberals are afraid of too. No one really wants a government like that, because if someone's doing it effectively, all you can do is trust that they're doing it for the right reasons. Deep in snow, maybe. So it's that managed opposition is the other thing about managed opposition is you can't, at the top levels of your government, you can't be precious about social issues. Oh yeah. Je ne parle pas français. All right, so I think we've disturbed people enough with this picture of Dick Cheney. How long is this? 11 minutes and 40 seconds. I think we're going to skip listening to it.
That's fair. I mean, if we get to the end of the show and we feel that we just need to add more time, we can come back to that.
To it, yeah. That was some Cajun French right there. Et toi? It's Southern French. My dad's side of the family. They ain't Cajun, but they picked up on some Cajun talking. Yeah. Between they sort of ranged between North Carolina and Florida. So
So it's less Cajun and more Gator.
I mean, Cajun, the Cajun accent got into all the French down there.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
I've got several friends that are definitely Cajun.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay.
Um, let's see.
Oh,
So,
let's start with this one. Because we had covered this before, and I've been thinking about following up. Wanted to follow up on this. Um,
the AI one or the mapping inequality one?
the no, the teacher getting shot.
All
The
right, so that's going to be the one right above the picture because the way they do the links in the chat.
Yes, I clicked on that already. Oh, I should.
Yes.
You know what I should do so that you know where we're at. Let me. Sorry. Let me do this. That way you can see what's going on. So the follow up,
Yeah.
we covered this story, and the follow up, the what happened at the time is a 6-year-old came into school with a gun, shot the teacher. This happened in where in Virginia was this?
Uh,
Mm-mm.
Newport News.
Okay, yeah, Newport News. Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News. So, uh, and some of the allegations of this lawsuit specifically were that the principal knew and chose to do nothing about the fact that this, what, first grader had a gun.
Yeah. And I wish to point out that this was a civil lawsuit.
It was. I just want to take a moment to appreciate that only in the U.S. does a first grader get a gun. The child's mother did get, what was it? She got attempted manslaughter or something like that. She
There were
got
a couple of
some.
things.
She got some pretty heavy sentences. Like she
She did
got
because
blamed.
she allowed him access.
Right. Um. But the principal was sued for 10 million in damages.
This principal was sued for everything she could get. The jury awarded 10 million.
Awarded 10 million.
She tried to sue the district and the school board, and those parties were knocked out of the lawsuit.
Uh, why? Do we
Uh,
know why?
I believe they were knocked out of the lawsuit because it couldn't be proven that they actually had anything to do with this.
Okay.
Although the district, having put in the rules, and put in the training should have been included,
I agree. I agree.
which ultimately left the principal holding the bag.
I mean, if the principal knew and did nothing about it, I also see why the principal's left holding the bag. I'm saying everybody all the way up the line ought to be,
The thing
held some level of accountable.
is that from all of the accounts, there were several different adults that were made aware that there was a potential either that the kid was saying or had caught a glimpse of something in the kid's bag that should not have been there. But district rules made it so that they couldn't actually act on it. The principal had to do something. So the district should have been held accountable because they should have made it so that you see something. So everybody in the chain that saw it and reported it did everything that they were technically allowed to do.
Right. And that's why the district should be held accountable, is because those people should have been allowed to do more.
They should have been allowed to do a bunch more.
Yeah.
You know, it was like every kid that encountered him that day and said, hey, he's got something he shouldn't have, they all did the right thing.
Right.
They went and told their teacher, and the teacher went and told the principal, and the principal ignored it.
And it should be on the principal for ignoring it.
Yes.
It should be on the district
for the way they structured the rules.
Not letting each of those teachers do something about it.
Which,
for forcing them to go up the line to the principal.
Right. Now, having done education stuff, I can get why some of those rules were put in place, and that they were probably originally put in place to actually protect kids from teachers that were trained in a more militant fashion.
Right. Because we're not that far off of when teachers could still hit kids around here.
Exactly.
I'm just drunk enough that I'm debating crashing your Discord party.
Come on and join us.
Get a drunk lockpick in here. It's been a while since we've had some good chaos.
Yeah. In all honesty, Lockpick, if I did not have to be driving a little bit later this afternoon, I'd join you.
Oops, wrong button. There we go. So, yeah, we're not that far off of when teachers could still hit kids in this area. And that is, hey, Master. New PC who dis. Very funny. And there are a lot of rules in place to protect children from that.
Yeah.
However,
common sense should be able to be applied.
Yes. Again, this is situational. And this is when situational ethics come into play. There's Lockpick.
Hello.
The thing is, we also live in a time in this country where school shootings are a thing. And not just a thing, a prevalent thing. So it's I personally feel like we are not doing near enough to prevent school shootings in this country, including sensible gun control laws.
Okay, can you hear me? Not to interrupt.
Yes.
Just want to make sure it's working. Perfect.
Yes, we can hear you.
How long has it been since Canadian teachers have been allowed to hit Canadian students?
I don't think being allowed has ever stopped them.
Fair enough.
Remember?
They usually just, stare at the kid until they say, "I'm very sorry, eh? Like, all right, I'll just stop doing that and I'll try to behave for you, all right?" That's pretty much how it goes.
I remember I got a spanking in school for refusing to say grace before eating.
Lord.
Yeah. Like, it's still within my lifetime that church was still heavily part of public schools.
See, and my school history has no bearing on the situation. It does not count.
Yeah, that's... yeah. It was, school... the schools in Louisa County were pretty backwards. It was... I again, I see the need to protect the children from those sorts of draconian influences. I also remember when during hunting season, students carried their hunting rifles into public school, and this was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were going hunting immediately after school.
We
Or
weren't even
because
allowed
they
to bring a
actually
fishing
had-
rod into a classroom.
Yeah.
Was that, did you say you weren't allowed to, or you were allowed to?
No, we couldn't.
Couldn't
There was a
bring...
pond right up the hill from where the school was, and that was they used to keep it stocked. It was part of the drainage system, and they used to keep it stocked with fish, and it was promoted to actually fish because the fish were reproducing and overwhelming the water. And we were actually, a whole bunch of us would just bring a fishing rod to school, and if you couldn't fold it up and put it in your backpack so it wasn't seen, you couldn't bring it into the school. So, I don't know how much of that was they were just worried that we were going to try to hook the teacher or what, or if it was just simply they got sick and tired of having 30 fishing rods outside of every classroom. Yeah, we weren't even allowed to bring a fishing rod, let alone a hunting rifle.
I could see why 30 fishing poles would be a little okay, kids, that's enough. But also, man, what a bummer. Although that was around the time when the pocket fisherman was being marketed, wasn't it?
Oh, probably. I didn't watch much TV, so I have really no idea what was marketed and what wasn't.
Man, even before I watched TV, I knew about the pocket fisherman, and I was I kind of so wanted to get one, just because it would make fishing so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds kind of kinky, I'm not going to lie.
It's only if you suck on a fisherman's friend while you're using the pocket fisherman.
Yeah, all right. We've already gone there. I'm okay. I tap out. I know where this conversation goes with Trevor in the room. I'll tap out.
Yeah, there was corporal punishment in schools. Until it wasn't until Columbine, really, that schools in the South started to crack down on weapons in schools.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, up as far as the late 80s, early 90s, you still had schools out here teaching hunter's ed and gun safety in the school itself.
Yep.
So it wasn't until then where they're like, oh, if we're teaching these classes and letting them bring their own thing in to learn with, that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. It was well up into the 90s. It was almost expected that at least 3 students would have a Swiss Army knife on them. You know, how many, like, in a public school, probably more than that, because Boy Scouts.
Yes.
You know.
The
You know.
Swiss Army knife, or once they became popular, a Leatherman.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Honestly, some of the rules about not having things like that in school are probably because allowing teenagers of any variety to carry around a whole bunch of screwdrivers in their pocket in a school setting leads to what kind of bolts can we undo and put back so that doors don't work anymore, among other things.
Take apart the teacher's desk and reassemble it in the closet.
Yeah.
I love the story of the shop class who took apart the principal's car and reassembled it in his office.
Yep. Then there was the one that took apart a Beetle and reassembled it around the flagpole.
Yup. Oh, and I think
style points for that one.
Oh yeah, I think that actually became a thing where they reassembled the Beetle in very difficult to get to places. I think I saw
it was on the roof at one point.
On a roof, hanging off a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, okay. Guys took that to the next level.
See, we never had that sort of issue. We had out in the back of our school, we had a thing called the pit, and it was just like a place with like a little outdoor, almost like a stage, and it was recessed. You had steps that went into it, and it was a big square area. 2 sides were up against the walls in the school in this big L-shaped corner, and then the other 2 had these stairs that went down, and there was places to sit all around it. And our football team used to pick up the coaches or the principal's car. They'd get like 6 or 8 guys to go and lift the car and put it down in the middle of the pit. The amount of times a tow truck had to come and put ramps up and pull the fucking car out was amazing, and it took them forever to figure out how it was getting down there. But it was the football team would go out at lunch, and 3 minutes was all it took for them to just grab it and fucking walk it over and put it down. Principal ended up getting a bigger car, so they couldn't lift it. He came in with like a big Escalade or something one day, like a big, huge SUV. Like, yeah, lift that, assholes.
I dare you. If you can move that, then you deserve the scholarship. Yeah, like, I was gonna say, that principal had a small car, didn't he?
Oh yeah, little tiny thing. It was amazing.
I don't remember. I don't remember us being allowed to do a senior prank day by my
Yeah.
senior year. I'm pretty sure that the prank that the seniors before us pulled off, they didn't just pull off a prank, it was a series of pranks. Each one escalating in complexity. And I do believe something happened to the assistant principal's car. So I believe by the time it was our year, they were like, no, you don't.
I think
So
one
our
of the
big conceptual prank was to, I think it was to put up prank day coming posters. And then not do anything.
Just a threat.
yes.
We were that kind of conceptual group of people where we understood that the threat of doing something could be way worse.
I was gonna say one of the stories that I've read recently was of a group that their principal officially told them there will be no prank day this year. If you are caught pulling pranks, you will get whatever.
Right?
You know, you're going to get an in-school suspension or whatever. And so the senior group all got together and they didn't do posters. They did a whisper campaign and told everybody to show up with a giant water bottle. Specifically just so they would have something to drink while they're busy laughing their asses off the rest of the day.
As they didn't do anything.
And the teachers and the principal watched as all of these kids started carrying around these 2-liter bottles of water and confiscated them. And so by lunchtime, they were pulling they're not letting us have water, they're dehydrating us on purpose.
Oh, that's
Nice.
a good one. That's a good one. We inevitably sort of did our full prank at graduation. We were determined to have the most memorable graduation entrance. The class before us all entered on different forms of self-propelled wheeled transportation. Bicycles, tricycles, skateboards, all kinds of crap. It was cool. One of us was elected to be the DJ and stood behind a DJ booth and started playing the recent techno, because this was before EDM was a thing, version of Mission Impossible. Couple of us rappelled down the side of the school. Some of us ran in from the bushes, and a van came screaming through the parking lot, squealing tires and skidding to a halt, and the side door of the van opened, and somebody, a bunch of us, I was one of the guys in the bushes, so, but a bunch of them, bunch of the seniors jumped out and pushed somebody who was tied up in sweats with a rubber mask on, and they, pushing them out and pushing them towards the podium, and pulled the mask off, and it was the assistant principal. And from there, we just went on like, nothing happened. Like that was a perfectly normal entrance.
Around here, we just call that Tuesday.
Yeah. Again, I think that after that, rules were put in place about what was allowed to be done during senior entrances. I think we went a little over the. There was during my time at that school, there was a lot of moments that went a little too far like that. I don't remember if it was my sophomore or junior year. I think it was junior year. We did a production of Antigone. And the director went for the full-on French anti-Nazi version. We didn't do the classical version of Antigone. Oh, no, no, no. It was the full-on Nazi version. And I know it was a very anti-fascist message. There were anti-fascist messages going on in the under the. But he had students in fake Nazi uniforms with fake. I mean, we didn't use swastikas. What we really did was copied The Wall, Pink Floyd's The Wall, for our fake fascist uniforms, including the crossed hammers. We turned them into from the hammer and sickle, from the Russian hammer and sickle, not the standard framing hammer style hammer.
Yes.
Sledgehammer. Ha! That's what that word is. But, you know, he had students marching around in little, you know, fake fascist uniforms with toy guns. During the intermission, these students were encouraged to hassle and harass the patrons, the people who came, and treat them like members of an oppressed society in a fascist dictatorship. And some of the teachers who got harassed and hassled were not okay with it.
I don't imagine they would be.
They were more bothered by students who were really good method actors showing the teachers the limits of those teachers' power than they were by me committing suicide on stage. Graphically, I mean, we didn't have blood packs or anything. We didn't have that kind of money. But as graphically as we could, shooting myself in the head on stage. And
see, I could have helped you make blood packs at home in your kitchen if I knew you back then, and it would have been worth it. Totally worth it.
Oh, yeah, it would have.
I think I could have helped too.
I will say, the lighting guy was supposed to cut the lights on stage right before the gunshot sound went off and I crumpled realistically.
Right.
But one night he didn't. And when I did it, my eyes were closed. So I had trained to snap my head and crumple realistically whether the lights were on or off. Because I wasn't going to see if he turned them on or off. If he kept them on or turned them off.
Right.
And I remember as I hit the floor that night, there was a collective sort of small scream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. It was, they were not, Yeah, it was.
The only thing we ever really got in trouble for was we kind of did something similar, but it was for the Easter. They used to do like a Good Friday assembly, and we reenacted the 12 stages of the cross, including the crucifixion, and there was the whipping looked real. We had people vomiting and leaving the room. The teacher that was in charge of it got in so much trouble. It's not even funny because he got everything approved, but I don't think they realized. Like he was like, "We're going to try to make it look realistic," and I don't think they realized like when we had a membrane that went across the guy's back to play Jesus, and this guy looks like Jesus. It was amazing. It was the perfect student ever to ever do this. And so he's wearing this loincloth and he's shirtless through the whole thing. So the women are all like, oh, yeah, look at that. This is all great. And the first whip that hit his back and literally sprayed blood like across the floor, people were losing their mind. And it went on uncomfortably long. It was so
As
good.
it should.
That's the whole point of it. Like, dude, that is doing it right.
Yes.
I gotta say, I applaud that. I applaud
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my god, it always is, isn't it? I loved being on stage and doing those really shocking things. The only thing I was never able to pull off on stage and make it look natural. I was supposed to what are those stocking tops? The band that holds the stockings up.
Garters.
Garter. Someone was supposed to throw a garter to me, and I was supposed to sniff it in a non-creepy way.
How the hell do you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, I could see how normal people might be able to do that, but how did you specifically sniff it in a non-creepy way?
I didn't. I just didn't sniff it. I gave up on it. I did. Like, I worked with the director for a little while, and this was, this is in high school, so they don't have time to really work with any one person. And at some point I said, look, can I give a look? Can I do something else? And he's like, yeah, all right. And I still made it
How
creepy.
Trevor did it. He did it by not doing it.
I still made it creepy. It was still creepy. I still felt
Did the teacher get put
out.
under investigation afterwards for making you sniff a garter?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
well.
this was the same teacher, by the way, who did the Antigone. I believe.
I like him already.
Oh yeah, he was great. He was really great. John Watkins was his name. He had done off Broadway productions. He was a theater professional and had been for most of his life, I think. And he continued to do community theater around Charlottesville and around the area. I think he went back to New York before the end of his life. And he was probably one of the single largest teacher influences on my growth in high school. He was one of the few teachers who took the most full and active interest in me.
Now, if he could see you now, do you think he would be flattered or upset with that accusation?
Flattered. Flattered. He
Hell
would.
yeah.
Oh, he would. he would love what we're doing here. He would. He would love. He would appreciate that we do it unscripted because he remembers what it was like trying to get me to learn my lines.
I don't know. I think we'd have appreciated the tongue twister segments of the scripted version.
He probably would have. He probably would have. I think he would appreciate that we work on comedy, but I think he might wonder why I refuse to curse. He might be, he might be on the other side of that. Like,
Or,
just,
he might sit in the audience and see what he can do to make you curse. Or come as close as possible without.
well, right. Like, and that's part of why the not cursing is to see how close people can get me to come to cursing.
Which, as a teacher, that would be awesome payback to do to a student.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would. I think what he would be most happy with, most proud of, is that I am finally comfortable in my own personality.
Good.
And that was something that he very much saw, that I was very uncomfortable in my personality, and he wanted to help me with that. And he was I feel like he was the first teacher who could sort of conceptualize what helping me with that looked like. So the other teacher who I think would be proud to some degree, who did help shape me. I mean, not nearly as big an influence, but he was a pretty big influence. Was my math and guitar teacher, who was also the assistant principal, the guy who got thrown out the van in the rubber mask. He was also the school disciplinarian, which was why he was the guy in the rubber mask who got thrown out the van. And I think I think the reason he'd be impressed with me is because I have continued to do everything I can to work on music, to continue with music. Even though at the time I was terrible. I was a terrible musician and have not gotten much better since. I've done everything I can around it to make music, given my actual limitations. I think the reason that Tom would be disappointed in the music I make is because I use too many cymbals. He did not like cymbals. I don't understand why. I think, how could he? Okay. The drums, because he played in a Gaelic rock band. So the drums they used were hoop drums, so there were no cymbals.
Air.
His take on cymbals is that they were distracting from the drum beat. Which makes me think that he might have been okay with a hi-hat as an occasional hi-hat as punctuation of some kind.
Right.
But hey, Maddie, good to see you. Um, but his biggest gripe with the Black Crowes was that their drummer used the cymbals too much. Way too much. Oh, I like Gianmarco. Spelled Gianmarco, but it's Gianmarco Ceresi. I like him. I think he's good. Yeah, his stand up is pretty solid. I like how he can do the, you know, I'm gonna get to getting his first name right when I say it. He spelled it correctly.
Isn't it like Ian Caro?
Huh? It's John Marco.
That name right there?
It's John Marco. Like John, Mark, O. But it's spelled Gianmarco. It's spelled in a way that makes me think Mediterranean, olives, beaches.
It's more of the original Italian spelling and not the Americanized version.
Yes, and
Okay,
yes,
I just looked him up. Looking at his face, I know exactly who he is. Yeah, this guy's good.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
good.
He can tell the same story with like I don't know. I don't want to be too hyperbolic, but like in like 3 different ways with 3 different punchlines. He can tell,
Yes.
and it is amazing. I mean, like I really like the guy. We are next Thursday. We're gonna watch some of his appearances on other people's talk shows. We're gonna see some
Nice.
of who he is with other people. Oh, so yeah, the math teacher. I also think that he would be impressed with my ability to do math these days. It's unfortunate, but the math that he was teaching is where I had a really hard time, and I'm still not great at algebra. That's what he taught. Algebra and pre-algebra. Still not great at it. But I've gotten much better at the basic maths, which makes sort of doing algebra at least easier. And he was really impressed once I got out of his class into other types of maths and really started to excel. He often said that when I was in his class, he said, you know, I can't wait for you to get to higher math. I think you're going to have a really good time in trig and calculus, and even in geometry, which was heartening to hear from a guy who's giving me a D. I know you hate my class, but and the thing is, I didn't hate his class. I love math, just not good at it. I love being a musician, I'm just not good at it. So yeah, I think he would be. I also think that he would be impressed with where I am. In fact, if I think about it, I think a lot of the teachers that I had in high school, I think out of all of them, the only one who wouldn't be impressed is my English teacher. And I think that's because I fell out of favor with her when she and I had a fundamental disagreement on what my takeaways from Slaughterhouse 5 should be.
Right.
That might be my favorite sentence I'm going to hear all day.
Yes. Well, okay, so, and I mean, I read Slaughterhouse 5 3 times in the time it took the class to read it once.
Uh-huh.
I devoured that book. I loved that book. It actually helped me form some concept of how to interact with the world. I read it way more literally than she wanted me to. She wanted me to take away from it that the guy was going crazy. I read it like
That's debatable.
the guy's actually sliding around through time. I read it like I would read any science fiction novel. The rules of the world in which they are exist. As long as those rules are consistent, that world is consistent and believable. And his rules were consistent across all of the books that he wrote. 'Cause they all tied back in somehow. So what I took away from it was how this person dealt with their life and existence in this uncertain reality. The only takeaway I didn't get from it that she wanted me to get from it was that the guy was going crazy. And because I didn't get that, I got my first D in her class. And we were never on the same page again. This one teacher, she played favorites. She was definitely that kind of teacher. And if you were her favorite and you didn't please her, you did something that displeased her, you fell hard out of favor. All right. I'm curious what this is.
Oh dear. Which one?
The
YouTube link.
Ready to lose weight? Think Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I've lost 30.
Up on Kurt Vonnegut. You have any?
Kurt Vonnegut.
Yes. Oh, I've heard that story. Or, well, I have heard a story. Put it that way.
That's the spot. Just keep doing it. Oh, don't lose it. Oh, Lou, you're great. Oh, the leg is better. You got the cramp out. Oh,
You're right.
I
You
know
gotta
which one
start
that
working
is.
out. And you know what else? You have got midterms coming up. You haven't studied 5 minutes since you got here.
You're always so neat. You're just like your Uncle Vito. We were kids, his room was always in order. His
Just
towels
to where
like
I
a deep
had
clean
it.
combs,
Oh,
brushes,
sorry.
hair lotions, all in the right place. What did it mean? What is he today? He's the...
Why don't you join me in a little reality break, okay? Just because you're in love. Why don't you join me in a little reality break, okay? Just because you're in love with Dr. Turner, that does not mean you're going to pass her course. And you've got a major paper coming up on Kurt Vonnegut. You haven't even read any of the books.
Okay.
I tried. I don't understand a word of it.
So how are you going to write the paper then, huh?
Oh,
Hi,
crap.
I'm Kurt Vonnegut. I'm looking for Thornton Mellon.
Yep.
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 Want to come in, Dad?
So, this ties into a fun little story about where he gets Kurt to write about his own work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the one Kurt Vonnegut book I could not read, the one that I just could not handle, was Slapstick.
Oh.
Now, I think we've discussed this before on the show. My family, when I was very young, took a family vacation cross country to go be the night watch people on the set of a movie that Aunt Maddie was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a C on it. Of course he did. No one understands
Yep.
Kurt Vonnegut's work. And Aunt Maddie was doing her part in Slapstick. I think it was called Another Kind of Slapstick, the movie adaptation of the Kurt Vonnegut book, which was also starring Jerry Lewis. And at some point, as a tiny little baby, I saw Jerry Lewis's bodyguard, and I saw the gun that he was carrying, and I asked to see it. Because my family was not gun people, but I wanted to be, even though I'm too young to really understand. I just really liked them and thought they were cool. And so he pointed his gun at me. Jerry Lewis's bodyguard pointed his gun at a 3-year-old child.
That's brilliant.
I thought it was all a game.
I'm on the fence as to whether or not I support or condone this behavior.
Right? Like,
I mean, looking forward into the future, maybe, just maybe there was some merit in his decision that day.
No comments
I
on the
know
grounds
it's the
that I'm not the one in
Antichrist,
charge of the channel.
but I just can't do it! I can't do it! Oh, God.
I can see the future, and you know what? I'm going to let this happen.
I also, this is one of the first memories, like, things that I can actually remember in my life. And in retrospect, I can look at there are little clues in the mental picture in my memory that tell me that this guy was blasted on cocaine.
Oh.
Including the white frosting on his mustache.
Oh.
He's wearing sunglasses inside in the middle of the day like, just
He was only 27 years old. That was not gray hair.
Right?
Oh dear.
Yeah. They're just little things in the memory that go, oh, I get it. I see where that
So the first time-
decision-making process was.
The first time in your life you came that close to death, you were probably sitting there going, oh, that's a cool gun. And meanwhile, he's sketching out going, what is this thing in front of me?
Yep. Pretty much.
I like it.
And my parents are having a heart attack behind me. Because let's remember, we're anti-gun hippies. Like, they were not comfortable with anybody having a gun near people, much less me. He loved
Glad you
seeing the
kind
bunny
of
slopes.
inadvertently
Yeah, he did.
excluded yourself from the people category with that statement.
Yeah. That was the, so. That was the first time I had a gun pointed at me.
Oh dear.
We should probably move on.
Yes, we should.
Okay, that was... Okay. So what is this other...
That one is purely for the headline.
From the Daily Express. Fox News viewers turn on Donald Trump as he's accused of lying.
Like I said,
No!
purely for the headline.
No, I don't want to live in a world where Fox News has a rational headline.
Yeah, no, that's almost fair and balanced.
Does that mean CNN is going to be pro fucking Trump now? Like, what is happening?
No.
Ugh.
President Trump warned that reversing his tariff policies would severely damage the U.S. economy, claiming the country would owe trillions of dollars in refunds. That's the lie that they're pissed about. Okay.
That is the lie that they're pissed about. We have not collected trillions in tariff.
No.
Oh, no,
money.
no, pretty close to it, but never mind. I'm not, I really gotta, if you're gonna put Trump on the screen, just know that if I'm here, I am just drunk enough to get your ass so canceled and banned, it's not even funny.
Go for it, because apparently I'm incapable of getting us canceled and banned about this.
See, I've lived in a world where I think politics are a matter of opinion, and people who disagree with me politically, I've always been happy to sit down and discuss, because at the end of the day, everybody seems to be looking for the same thing. We all want happiness and good health for our families and the world around us. We just have a different opinion on how to go about doing it. So I've always been the kind of, I will accept your politics even if I disagree with them. But we've hit the point now where the people supporting this man are supporting martial law and invasion of free cities and a lot of things that are causing literal suffering and literal death. So I've almost hit the point now where I'm becoming what I used to hate. And I'm willing to shit on you and punch you in the face for your politics if you say the wrong thing to me. And right now, like, that's kind of where I sit. And this is the first time in my life I've been there, and I'm embracing it hard. So, yeah, just fair warning. If we're going to go down the Trump route, this could get fucking ugly.
Well,
just putting that out there.
He's on the screen. It's already ugly.
Right. And the thing, okay, so, like, here's the thing. I used to be able to engage in political debate with the belief that both sides actually cared about the populace, both sides of the government. Even with Dick Cheney, Like, it was a stretch for me to believe that Dick Cheney cared about every single individual in the country. However, he was actually, that lack of care on his part was tempered by the fact that W actually, as much as he was a goofy, effed up, yayoed out little teenage boy, he did care. He did care. Like, you could see, even though it took a while for those thoughts to process, it broke his heart when people in New Orleans suffered from Katrina. Like, it took too long for that.
That's what I mean by, like, it was in good faith. His beliefs were in good faith. He was just maybe misguided, arguably misguided on how to go about getting the results that he wanted. I can accept that. He was being genuine. His heart was in the right place. He was arguing in good faith for everything he stood for. I can, even if I disagree with the guy completely, I can at least have a lot of respect for that type of mindset.
The person who really pops to mind like that is John McCain.
Bingo. Hell yeah.
I didn't even disagree with all of his policies. I really believed that he wanted better for every person in this country. I did not feel the same about Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No,
really,
Joe Biden is Trump light, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys kind of had some hard decisions to make in the last couple of elections. But.
Oh yeah. Bush was. Bush liked that yayo. He liked that Coke.
And honestly, like, the way I put it to people, like, if I could sit down and have a beer and a barbecue with former presidents, Obama would be number one, and as much as I disagree with him, Bush Jr. would be number two.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
I mean, it'd be an interesting drinking party with him.
With those two,
he seems like he's a really chill, nice guy.
Oh my God, with Obama and W, that would actually be a really fun party. Like, those two, I think, actually get along. Like, behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, despite the fact they are like polar opposites when it comes down to politics, they actually are really good friends. Every time they sit down together, it's nothing but laughs and good times. Like, there's a couple videos you can see where the two of them are hanging out at presidential events or whatever, and yeah, you can tell that there's a deep respect for each other.
Yeah, between
the two of them,
which is great. W can't drink anymore. He admitted that he was an alcoholic.
Well,
it's I bet you he'll still smoke some weed though.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Also, I bet he's still fun, even if he's not drunk. I bet you he's still a good time. Smoke the bush, Kush.
Oh my.
More like George W. Kush, am I right?
Am I right?
Oh, that is so terrible.
That is a good one. Smoke the bush, Kush.
Mm-hmm.
A bad pickup line or a perfect pickup line. I'm not sure which.
That's what you're looking for.
Depends on who says it.
Basically, pickup lines in general are all bad unless it is said correctly or by the correct person to the correct person. Then it's good.
I always love that whole did anybody inform heaven that you're here because, they're expecting that whole, I see a fallen angel, and then you turn around and be like, because I just want to fuck you to death, and I think they need to know you're coming.
There is this lady on YouTube that she looks extremely like the prim and proper Midwestern mom thing with the string of pearls and the curls and everything. And people send her outrageous pickup lines that she then springs on her husband when he's doing other things.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
The man has a beautiful blush. So she will say these things deadpan, and he turns so red so fast.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
That's great.
It's like he knows that there's going to be a stream. When she does the first one, he knows there's going to be more coming, but it doesn't help. He just turns redder and redder.
I like that. I like everything about that.
Yes.
Lockpick, I've told you the DJ pickup line, haven't I?
I don't know.
I'm
not feeling queasy yet, so I don't think so.
Want to play house?
Yes.
Hey.
Always.
Like I said,
that's
I can
terrible,
make anything
and I'm going to
creepy.
repeat it later.
Yeah, I heard that in a. I'm trying to remember whose. Oh, I remember whose stream I heard it in. I think it was in marketing.
I know David
purposes.
Househead, I think, has come down with that one. David Househead has used that with his wife, Tina, a couple times.
Yeah, it might have been. I thought I heard it in marketing purposes stream, but I wasn't sure.
Might
but
have
no,
been.
David
I
Househead
could see her
would
pulling
make
it out
sense
too.
Yeah.
See, I only listen to marketing when she's playing her drum and bass. If she's playing anything else, I'm like, nah. She does drum and bass like on a next level, so I'll tune into that stuff. But her house sets and everything else, nah. No, I know so many better DJs. Between Jason and Dave, you're looking at like world class guys right there.
Okay.
They've spoiled the rest of it for me.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm still learning, so so before we go too much further, we should probably talk about as Trump was just on the screen, we should probably talk about election results.
Yes.
New York, I fucking love you.
Right?
Yes.
New York, Jersey stayed blue, didn't they?
Yep.
See, I don't care about the rest of the country. The fact that New York got that much attention because they picked just the right guy who's in it for the people.
Because he can't run for
he's
any
now
other
a new
office.
filter.
Yeah.
He's a new filter. If people are for or against him, that literally tells you where they sit on human decency.
On whether they care about politics or social issues. You know, whether is it about the people and what's good for the people, or do you not like him because he's brown?
Bingo. It's not even being brown.
Your two options.
What God does he worship? That's the only thing that's really... The only criticism I've heard has been, oh, he's not a Christian. That's about it. And like, really? Okay, well, out yourself all you want. I'm glad you're wearing it on your sleeve now. Thank you for showing us your scarlet letter. Now we know how to deal with you. I like it. I love it.
He's...
Have you seen anything about the transition team he's got working with him?
No.
First of all, he's got an all-female transition team.
Nice.
But the people that he's got on it, her, Ms.
Lena Khan.
who is one of the chief anti-oligarchy, anti-patriarchy people.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Anti-corruption.
So, just to take a moment to tie synchronicity back to the conversation we were having before.
Wait, hold on. Just before you say too much, I just want to know what's the over under on her being the next person to not hang herself?
We're not taking that one.
Yeah, I'm not.
Was that too soon or what?
Probably, but we're there anyway.
So, the Aunt Maddie from Another Kind of Slapstick, the movie that we were the Night Watch people on, is Madeline Kahn, which makes looking at the words on screen, Maddie, as long as I skip Holmes and Lena, synchronicity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can get back to
Election results.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, shameless plug from you, Lockpick.
So, you've got New York, you've got Cincinnati, only gave like 1,000 votes to J.D. Vance's brother for mayor, so he did not
Right.
win.
Right.
Who is not a couch, by the way. That needs to be stated.
Right.
I mean, do we have to?
He
say
might be.
that?
I don't know how he identifies, honestly. I shouldn't make assumptions.
Exactly. We should not. He might identify as a couch. Oh, go.
So, I want to tie this, Vance's brother losing. I want to talk about the Vance Youngkin schism. Really.
Yeah.
The invisible cracks in the Republican Party. Because that's some of what happened with this election cycle. And you saw, and I'm wondering if Vance himself is on the outs at this point. Not necessarily on the outs with the administration, but with the people. So what we may see is
Both.
the beginnings of...
Both. He's already hinted towards rubbing against some of the things that Trump has said. I'd have to take a few minutes to get you a bunch of the clips, but he's already kind of like hinted towards like, I am following this because I'm the vice president, but I'm not sure if I fully support what's going on. Even just down to points where he's just abstained from even commenting or even giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I feel bad for Vance. As much as I think he's a joke, I kind of feel bad for him right now.
I don't. Because he's still trying to... He's only doing that as he gets more shut down by people that are listening to what he's saying and how he's ignoring questions that he is trying to answer.
Even when he's trying to answer, if you look at the things he refuses to answer, it all comes down to like, where am I going to be stepping on Trump's toes?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he should have. Now, there's no excuse for it because he fucking well should have understood what he was getting into. Yeah. But I don't think he fully understood the caliber of what it meant to be Trump's vice president. It was a prestigious, for him, it was a promotion. He was now put on the world stage. Yeah. He was now the second in command of the most powerful country in the world. That's a big deal no matter what the circumstances.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's not 100% comfortable with the situation at hand. And that's just my gut feeling. But when I look at him, I'm like, okay, I still disagree with your existence as a whole, but I kind of got some sympathy because I think he's sitting in the same place going, why am I here and how do I deal with this now?
Yeah. And Maddie Maddie points out that, and has some good points here. J.D. Vance converted to Catholicism, so his half brother probably wasn't Catholic, and then Vance joined the Opus Dei, almost pre-Vatican II type.
Opus Dei.
Opus Dei. Vance has zero charisma. Yeah, he was never in with the people, which makes him even more dangerous. And for him, it was Thiel's way into the White House. It wasn't about Trump, it's about Thiel, which means that now that Vance is sitting here going, how do I get out of this? Without Thiel directing him to get out of it, he's stuck where he is.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people have to sleep in the bed they made, right?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
No, this isn't me saying. I just got to kind of maybe clarify. This isn't me saying I'm some kind of Vance supporter.
No.
But I do kind of have a sympathy. I don't think he's in the position that he thought he was going to be in.
No, he's
and
not.
I've got a little bit of a... I'm going to keep my mind open when it comes to judging him, because we haven't yet seen an opportunity where we get to assess him based on what he believes, because he's kind of swallowing his shit right now.
Yeah.
And playing the role that he's expected, because half of me thinks if he decides to be who he wants to be, if it goes against Trump, he's going to be the next guy to get fired and replaced with a patsy who will.
And hopefully his getting fired will go better than the last vice president Trump tried to fire.
You mean hang? Have executed, and
yep.
Yeah, the one that he set a whole fucking crew of people to go and murder. I think, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes. Maddie says, I don't see Vance panicking about this. He already is the patsy. I mean, yeah, he is.
I mean, currently he's the patsy, but he might be showing signs of wising up and trying to not be the patsy.
I don't think he can get away with it at this point. Like,
no. Regardless of why he made his decisions to be where he is, he still can be damned for it. But I kind of feel bad that he was led down this fucking rabbit hole, and it took him way too long to figure out where he's sitting.
Now, the thing is,
I could see that.
Vance is just in a waiting game. He's waiting for Trump to go, yep.
Bingo, I agree with that fully.
They don't see it as they need him to be the patsy. Like, they don't think they're failing right now. They only slightly see the blue wave as the blue wave of this off-year election, which is, I mean, still, the numbers were pretty high, but I don't think we can call it a blue wave yet. You know, they're just starting to think, ooh, this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Wait till the midterms.
Right. And by that point, the real money behind everybody, the real big people behind everybody will have started making their outs and be starting to be like, okay, you all got it from here, right? Right? Bye.
Well, there's billionaire corporation owners that are looking at the numbers and saying our sales in the United States are dropping. We're already going overseas. I mean, I live in a country where even our defense system has now basically walked away from everything that is American, which is scary. Because you guys are next door. I can walk to the fucking border from here.
Yeah.
You know, like it's you guys are right there, and you're no longer considered our strongest ally. Yeah, no, it's still friendly. The people of the United States are still friendly as hell, save for a few the Bible Belt states. But when it comes down to the government, it's like we're being demonized. And I mean, you guys out there in America are paying more for a lot of your groceries, for your fuel, for a whole bunch of things. And Trump has got enough people convinced that it's our fault because we're paying these expensive... The amount of people, even to simplify this as much as I can, the amount of people that believe that the tariffs are a punishment on Canada let alone the rest of the world. They're a punishment on Canada, but they're just driving up their money. They're paying money that goes into Trump's pocket, into the government pocket. It's messed up, man. I'm kind of happy that we've got a government who's saying, all right, then we're going to go to the EU and we're going to start buying Griffin fighter crafts, and our defense budget is not going to be reliant on the American machine. And
I mean,
whichever way it goes, but it's.
I hate to say this, but that's actually probably going to be a good thing for your economy in general. Like,
our economy is not as bad as you guys have been led to believe.
I'm not saying
you're.
I for one have no idea. I from my experience, the Canadian economy has always been just fine.
We are self-sufficient, and we have chosen to do trade with other countries. So we're hitting a tiny roadblock, but we're almost back up to speed because the interprovincial trade has been opened up. So for every pound of fucking wood, for instance, every pound of steel, for instance, that we used to ship down to the States and then import back, we're now putting it on trains and just importing it back and forth across our country. We're pretty much not affected as much as most Americans think we are. Our economy is not getting tanked. No. If you look at the news, you're going to see an equal spread of this is good and this is bad because we have that bipartisan thing going on as well. But when it comes down to it, our day-to-day, like our fuel right now is lowest prices that it's been in almost a decade.
Okay.
Our lumber prices are ridiculously low. Our housing is so cheap to build.
At the gas pump, we are paying, for us, pretty low. Like, we are...
What do you guys pay for a gallon right now?
$2.80 something.
Okay, let me just do a quick...
And so for us, $2.80 something is pretty low for us. Like, these are low gas prices. Now, that's the only thing that is low right now.
Yes.
Only our gas prices are low. Everything else is exponentially through the roof. Jamie Dimon is already bailing on the Trump administration? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Everything else
even
other than
our
gas
electricity is going through the roof.
Which makes absolute sense considering the tariffs.
Right. We're just using up domestic gas right now. Or domestic petroleum.
I just love the fact that you guys have absolutely, blocked the trade of crude oil back and forth. And Trump has literally convinced so many people that we produce enough oil that we can refine it and be self-sufficient. And never mentions the fact that your refineries are not made to produce proper fuels off of the crude oil that you guys produce. You need our fucking oil.
Our refineries aren't very good at all. Ask all of those Texas towns that burn. We don't have the infrastructure, nor do we really have the crude reserves underground to be self-sufficient.
You do have it, except every single one of your refineries needs to be torn down and retooled in order to handle the type of fuel, the type of crude oil. The light oil and heavy oil are two different things.
And
you need to refine them differently. And you guys have geared up to basically refine in many of your refineries the oil that we produce, which is not the same oil that you guys produce.
And the oil that Venezuela produces.
Yeah.
Oh, don't bring it up. Don't go there. Don't say the V word. Don't say the V word.
It is an absolute shame that all our oil ended up under their trees. And because of that, we've got to bomb those Colombian boats.
The boats that nobody knows what direction they're actually heading because they're not actually in U.S. waters yet.
Well, you heard that Don Trump Jr. was actually complaining, and he was begging his father. He's like, "Stop bombing those boats that are full of perfectly good Colombian cocaine."
Right,
Yeah.
right. Akash Patel. I'm so like Cash Patel must not have sobered up yet, because
No.
all of that going to wait, like, I keep thinking that's the reason he always looks so shocked in any of his pictures, is because he just realized that Trump is blowing up cocaine that he could be doing.
Once he
Right.
sobers up, that's when he actually will end up getting fired from the FBI and we'll have somebody else.
He's like, "Bro, I've been standing at the shore here waiting for that boat for 3 hours, and your ass just blew it up. That's not cool, man. That's not cool."
That was
Side
my
note,
cocaine. That wasn't for
This is how we get more cocaine sharks.
How else are we supposed to fund our endeavors if we don't have illegal cocaine to give to the cartel, man? You're screwing me over here, man. You are screwing me over.
Cash Patel doesn't
Fair.
get fired; he just disappears
Yeah, no.
They just turn
into
off the
the
switch.
Pine Barrens.
I've never
of
seen him
New
from the waist
Jersey.
down. I'm convinced he's a fucking android. He's just a little robot on a stick. I've never seen his fucking legs. I don't.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
If he is a robot, then if he is an android,
Maddie, that
cash
is
for
good.
clunkers. Oh. Oh, that hurts.
I think he just broke me.
Oh my. You know, if the next
Oh my
FBI
God.
official is named something anywhere remotely like Clunker, we're gonna have to make that sign.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's amazing.
I felt somebody
Apparently,
breathing over my
Deadpan was
shoulder
concerned there.
I think so.
That look over your shoulder, like, are you gonna be quiet now?
Oh, you've got a furball in your room disturbing the peace too?
Oh, yeah. You know,
No, we're
usually-
disturbing his peace.
Yeah. I'm the furball in the room disturbing his peace. Yeah, Deadpan's usually in here with me during filming.
No.
I don't
Anyway.
think any of the cats are in here at the moment, though.
On the topic of recent elections, there is a picture that I put in the chat regarding this. Because I was looking up to see what the voter turnout was for each precinct, or for each county area. Because I saw something yesterday that kind of caught my attention, which was that Nelson County had the fourth highest turnout.
Okay.
They had 64% of registered voters turn out to vote this year. While
Right.
Charlottesville was pretty low. They only had about 40% registered.
Huh.
But while I'm looking through the list,
All right, let's
Do you
remember,
see-
though, 40% is really high for
An
election
off year.
turnout. For an off year,
Right.
yeah.
all right, so if you go over, this is what
Charles City County.
county. Yeah. Yeah. 5,000 registered voters.
7,000 turned up.
I have questions.
Who did they vote for?
I don't know. Well, I mean, supposedly they all voted. I don't know.
What was the do you have the thing pulled up?
They voted for whoever option C was because they've never learned anything past that in the alphabet.
I mean, Charles City County makes sense. Let me go here. Let me pull up the localities. Locality. Charles City. Where is it?
I mean,
Charles
okay,
City.
if they have a plus or minus of, say, some percentage, I could see how that could be but
So their registered voters are 5,000 or just shy of 6,000, and the ballots cast were 7,000. Yes. Yes.
did they go red?
No,
Were they?
absolutely not.
Oh, not good. Oh, not good. Because you know that this kind of irregularity is going to get called out.
I know. Which is why I'm bringing it up so that we're not sitting here going, we didn't know.
Right.
I am
Okay.
thinking that part of it may be people that mailed in and it's been counted funny.
That may be, yeah, the number of registered voters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the rolls may have been. This may have been one of the counties where rolls were purged.
Yep. That's the other thing I'm
and
thinking.
Same day, this may be one of the counties where same day registration and voting can happen. And so these voters, according to the system, weren't registered.
Until
the
later.
registration was pending.
Yep. That's the other thing.
There's another thing that could happen here. And it could be a bit flip.
No, the odds of that happening are ridiculously low. And since it happened and they detected that it's a possibility, the bit flip phenomenon has been pretty much solved by putting redundancy in the machine. Because the odds of four different fucking bits being flipped by solar cosmic rays it would take like 10 times the amount of time that the universe is expected to exist for it to happen. So now there's not just one pipeline going through, it's doing the same movement 4 times, and all 4 of those bits would have to be flipped because kind of like the old space program, all 4 of those come back and they vote on the result. So if 3 out of 4 come out and say, yeah, this is the result, the other one's like, nah, I think it's that, then they know it was a bit flip and they can disregard it and you've got an accurate result. Yeah. So, yeah, the bit flip isn't the thing anymore. That was fixed so damn fast it's not even funny. Long before any of us even knew the term bit flip.
It was already dealt with.
Given that
I just wanted to say bit flip.
Yeah. Given that you only have about 1,000-something voters in that county that are questionable, I'm guessing that they are probably same day voting, or they voted the day before early voting and registered then, and it just hasn't been processed because it's 5,800 people that are registered and there's 7,000 votes counted. Okay. So that's 1,000, that's 1,200. That's pretty easy to see 1,200 people in a county going, I'm not happy.
Yeah, it is.
And that is the only place that has that kind of...
Yeah, like that's the thing is like, yes, there may be an irregularity, but it's an irregularity. It is not voter fraud.
Yeah.
So, now that we've moved into Virginia with this,
yes.
We went pretty blue here. Northern Virginia has absolutely no Republican representation. I think Orange County still has Republican representation. I don't know if Fluvanna County does, but I kind of doubt it. Although maybe. It's hard to tell with this county. However, the candidate that we were specifically backing, Sarah Johnson, did not get elected to school board. She didn't lose by very much, did she?
No, it's pretty small.
I haven't taken her sign down yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Much to the chagrin of one of my neighbors down the road or across the field.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does not enjoy it because he's the guy who did get elected.
Yep.
I didn't realize that I was flying her sign down the road from the guy who was running against her.
They are separated by 21 votes.
21
That was the margin there.
votes.
He got 1,243 and she got 1,222.
Wow.
21 votes on that one.
So I was probably somewhere in the first 1,000 people to vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
Considering when I early voted, yeah. It's, you know, I think she should be proud of that.
Meanwhile, now the school board person that we were making much about up in Rockingham lost his race quite nicely.
Oh, good. Good.
So Mr. Cross is now no longer on the school board, which is good.
Okay.
The person that won, Hillary Irons, got a very solid 51% of the votes.
Oh, wow.
And there were, she was running against Cross, someone else, and there were write-ins, and she still got 51% of the vote, which is nice.
That is nice.
Yes.
Lockpick, if you've got to ditch us, go right ahead, and we'll probably
I don't want to ditch you.
We'll probably be joining y'all over there before too much longer.
So basically, long story short, we just Masta came across a couple bucks, and he just bought himself a new gaming machine.
Ooh.
And he's on cloud 9 today. He's actually he's been using a laptop, which is a good laptop, but it's one of those ones where, like, to do anything useful, it overheats and the fans kick in, and then you can't even hear yourself think. So we just put together, and literally an hour, 2 hours ago, we just finished assembling it and getting him all set up. So he's having a great old day, and I might just have to tone it down a little bit so he doesn't get cocky and take over his current stream. Can't have him too happy. It gets dangerous when he's too happy.
I mean, you could always bring back the water spotted kettle. That'll tone him down a bit.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that was fun to witness.
Oh, he got me. He finally understands what hot water or hard water means, because I washed it out with vinegar and the thing was looking brand new, and he boiled water in it once and it had a buildup. I'm like, you see? See?
This is what happens.
Now you get it. Welcome to Ontario, man.
Right. Don't worry, you get all the minerals you need just by drinking a glass of water.
Yeah.
If it ever really hurts when you pee, congratulations, you know what hot water's about, or hard water's about now.
Right. So I gotta say, Water here ain't much better.
No.
The amount of salt that I go through to keep my water softener working is off the rails. It's ridiculous.
I don't even bother to use water softener. I just occasionally drink a lot of not even occasionally. I just drink a lot of very high acid drinks. I drink coffee, black coffee. We drink very tart like juices here: cranberry juice, orange juice.
So I'm lucky that I love the taste of lemon. I can swig back pure lemon juice like it's water, and it's probably the only reason I've never shot the cat while peeing.
Dude, when you're peeing and it ricochets, that's a bad sign. I can drink straight vinegar. Like, I have just, at times in my life, just drank straight vinegar. Pretty sure it just occasionally scrubs everything nice and clean.
Most people, if they were to say that to me, I'd be like, how do you even know that? That's the weirdest thing. But when you say that, I'm like, yeah, that's fair. He'd know.
Tracks.
He'd know. That's 100% accurate. I get it. I get it.
It's, I did, I grew up knowing, so sort of being aware of that sort of stuff. But it wasn't until I had to start worrying about passing drug tests that I started learning how acid-based drinks affect the kidneys and liver. And the reason you want to drink orange juice occasionally when you're doing those sort of acid cleanses is so that your pee stays orange, so that they don't think that you're doing one of those acid cleanses.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a totally side subject, but did I ever tell you about the time that I had one of my pee tests? Because I drive a truck, so I got to pee in a cup on a regular basis. Right. Did I ever tell you about the time I had to pee twice in the same day?
No.
I went in, right, and I didn't get nailed for anything, but there was because I was living with my brother at the time. He was living here at the house, so I peed, and they could detect THC because I was inhaling secondhand smoke all day long, but not enough that I triggered it that I was ever actually getting high. But it was detectable, and they wanted me to pee again. So what that meant was the next 3 times I went to go pee in a cup, somebody had to watch me do it. Which I'm fine. If you're going to stick a stranger into the room while I pull my pants down and wag my dick at him, yeah, I'm going to do it. I've got no problem with that, and I'm going to make it as comfortable as uncomfortably, awkward as I can for the man while he's doing it. So I did the first 2, no problem, completely clean. The third one, the person at the counter who gave me the cup didn't realize I was supposed to be monitored, so she handed me the cup, and away you go. So I went in, peed in the cup, brought it back out. Then they realized somebody needs to monitor you. So I'm like, well, I've got a trucker's bladder. You're going to have to give me some time and a lot of coffee before I can pee again. So I sat there for an hour and a half, and I was just drinking their coffee and having a great old time. And then finally I'm like, I think I might be able to fill your cup now. So I went and I filled the cup. I brought it into the office, and I put it down where he told me to put it. They've got a little spot marked, put your sample here. He went to go grab it.
Oh, no.
And he bumped the jug with his hand. He bumped the capsule, and it spilled on his desk. So after I had waited, and this is my second time peeing in a capsule that day, I got to watch a complete stranger scramble while he tried to mop up my own piss on his desk before it got to his computer and all of his other personal belongings. And I didn't lift a finger to help, by the way. I sat and watched, because this was the best. You can't pay for entertainment other than watching a medical practitioner practitioner scramble to mop up your piss before it damages his items. So there we go. Now he's spilled it all over the counter. He's got no more left. I had to sit again for another 2.5 hours drinking their coffee before I was able to pee for a third time with my like 15-gallon trucker bladder. That was. I wish I had a body camera on for that day, because the video of that day would have gone viral as you wouldn't believe. But when I'm finally done and I put it down, because they've got these things that can give you like almost instant results before they do the lab testing it. When it came back completely clean, I'm like, well, I apologize for the smell in your office now, sir, but can I go? I've got a job to do. I thought they were going to lynch me before I left the building, but there you go. That is my absolute all-time best experience having to pee in a cup.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. The few times that I've actually had to pee in a cup in front of people, I want to say that I did something witty, like ate a bunch of asparagus first. But no, I just didn't do any.
The only awkward one, the second guy that had to watch me, I turn around and of course I'm just hanging down and all this stuff. And they make you literally pull your pants to your knees and do a 360. And when I'm finished, I've got my hands up and I'm facing them. I'm like, if you were better looking, it wouldn't be pointing at the floor. And I thought this guy was going to fucking just end his own life. He was just like, all right, just get this over with. I'm like, I'm not, whatever. You want to see it? Here you go, buddy. Jealous? Like, you know, if you were better looking, it would be a little bigger and not pointing at the floor. And yeah, he was, they did not find it as funny as I did. And I almost missed the little jug because I was giggling the entire time after that. But yeah,
I'm proud of you. I am proud of you.
Sometimes being absolutely shameless has its perks, man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh man, they never made me do that. They never made me even show them anything. They just made
normally
the guy...
they just hand you a cup and you come back and hand them jug back, right? Like it's...
Yeah.
But I tipped the scale a tiny bit because I was inhaling secondhand smoke profusely for like 1.5 years straight.
Also, they always expect to find some in mine. Because if they're gonna... They have to test me for... They would have to test me for more than 2 months if I stopped smoking. And usually I stopped smoking like right before the test and was like, yeah, I just finished smoking. Now that I
gotta pee in a cup tomorrow. Let me finish this bong.
Right? Well, the thing is like that was always the first test. And I'd always go in because it was always the beginning of the court-ordered drug testing and drug therapy. And I'd go in being like, yeah, I'm going to test positive. We haven't started drug therapy yet. Your job is to make me stop doing that. And I
will test positive because these drugs are therapeutic, man.
Basically.
I mean... Basically, by the last time, that's what I was saying. Because by the last time I was doing it, it had become legal or decriminalized in the state. So they were like, yeah, technically at this point you can test positive. And it's like, all right, see? I was there for alcohol, so... But they were still testing to see if I was smoking weed. But all the rest of the times, like, what would happen is by the end of the second month, they'd be like, never mind, we don't need to test you anymore. We know that you're going to stay clean for as long as you're doing the program, and then as soon as you're done, you're gonna go back to smoking weed.
That's fair.
I mean, that's what I told them in the beginning too. I was like, this is not gonna last, like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do what I have to avoid going back to jail in the immediate sense, but as long as weed's illegal, I'm eventually going back to jail for it. And a lot of people wanted to define that as addiction. A lot of the people working in Region 10, in the part of Region 10 that's dealing with white people, didn't want to call that addiction because they were in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
They were, I knew them outside of Region 10, and it's like, I get high with you. Do you really expect me to quit? So it's, the peeing in the cup, having to pee in a cup clean has always been something that it's been like, okay, you do it once, you get it over with.
I wish.
And then I don't have jobs that are going to require drug testing.
This is the only exception I've ever made because I mean, I'm like 12 or 13 years into it. And I still wake up in the morning and I don't have that whole, oh my God, I don't want to go in there. What am I doing? This is retarded. Let me just stay home. I still have not hit that point yet. So, I mean, I love what I'm doing. If it means I can't smoke weed. And the best part, because now it's legalized in Canada, whenever we do the testing now, we do the saliva test. So I have to actually be high when they do the test to fail it.
So
I can't be doing cocaine and opiates and stuff, but I can smoke weed on Friday and Saturday. And then I can do the saliva test on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll pass it now.
I could do that. I could live with that. If I didn't have the 2 DUIs on my record, if that was the only barrier to being a truck driver, I could handle that. I could handle...
Oh, I guarantee you, if you were to come on the road with me for 1 week, by the end of that week, you'd probably be like, you know what? I'd be willing to quit smoke. I'd be willing to quit smoking weed to do this. This is, if you get the right gig in the industry, it is so worth it. I've got such an amazing damn job right now. It's not even funny. I love everything about it.
I have to imagine that right now being a trucker in Canada is slightly different than being a trucker in America.
Nah, not that much. We're all pretty much the same.
Well,
I do talk to a lot of, because I mean, Canadian and American trucking is pretty intertwined. Almost anywhere I go, if there's another guy there's a 50-50 chance he's an American guy.
Okay.
Especially because I live along the 401 conduit between Windsor and Montreal there. A lot of American drivers use that to bypass having to go across like the bridges and around. If they come in at Detroit or Sarnia, which is, I guess, Warren, Michigan. If they come in at those two entrances, they can do a straight line over to like Vermont and bypass. They almost save a full day of driving by coming through Canada and going along the conduit. So we get a lot of, when I'm on the CB, 50-50, it's American and Canadian drivers, and it's amazing how common we are. It takes a certain type of person to do what I do. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's not much of a difference between your average driver in either country. It's pretty awesome. The accent, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of what they talk about.
We don't have call signs. We don't walk into an area and go, Breaker 19, this is Road Dog out of South Carolina, fucking shouting out to my people. We don't do that. We're just like, hey guys, fucking, what's with the holdup, eh? Is there like an accident up ahead? Like, which fucking lane should I be in, eh, bro? And then we're like, yeah, man, there's like some dude up in the hammer lane, so get rid of the granny lane and we're all good, all right? Just, just hang tight. Trust me, it's slow right now, but when you get to the end of it, it's going to be way quicker, eh? And like, that's how we talk, and the rest of you Americans have still got that CB culture like it's 1975, and they're all, you can hear them playing Convoy in the background as they're trucking along. They just hit their air horn randomly because that's what you do. I mean, there's those differences between our people, but
okay,
minor.
but that's the standard, American. That's the standard American difference there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
less showboating up here.
I think we are all very lucky that my mother did not discover that there were truck driving jobs in Canada.
would she have?
We got a lot. We got a lot.
When she was a teenager, her goal in life was to either be a nun or a trucker.
Why not both?
What? I'm
She
trying to
ended
consolidate those two options in my mind.
She ended up instead as an army nurse who later on became a
She
school
took
bus
the middle
driver.
road.
Exactly. Army nurse and school bus driver, that's the middle road between nun and truck
the
driver.
middle road. But when she was like 16, 17, 18, her goal in life was either nun or trucker.
Hell yeah.
It was like,
hell yeah.
I mean, life goals. That's pretty awesome.
and so,
All I can say, people look at the truck driving industry with any sort of stigma. I've always just tell them, you know what? Don't knock it till you tried it. As much as that sounds like a stupid thing to say, don't knock it till you tried it. Because I came out of a lucrative making somewhere between $250,000 and $500,000 a year to drive this truck, and I have never been happier in my life to do anything, absolutely anything. It is the most fun. Picture yourself as a 5-year-old sitting in a sandbox with all your Tonka toys, and how much fun that used to be. Any guys out there going to know exactly how much fun that used to be. I get to play with the real shit. Okay, yep. I get to stand beside the real shit. I get to see things that are so big and awesome that it's not even funny, and that's my day to day. I'm a kid in the sand. I don't even check my payroll to make sure they're paying me what I'm supposed to be getting paid. As long as I can cover my expenses, I'm happy. It's ridiculous. Yes. It's such an amazing. If you can handle it, if you're wired to, it's such an amazing way to make a living. It's so good. Good.
I'll bet you do not need 40 acres to turn your rig around.
Constant movement. It would be the thing. I mean, as it is, I love to drive. Usually when I'm not in stream, I'm finding some excuse to just go drive. I'm usually on the road driving.
Do it, man. Do it.
Okay, by the way, Lockpick, wait till you see this next art project that I'm about to release. This is going to be...
Is it going to be on here, or is it on your OnlyFans?
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay. That kind of art project. I got you. Same page. We're good.
It is called the Fall Foliage Footage Film.
Nice.
I don't know how long it's going to be, but I filled up an entire chip from the camera with footage, fall foliage footage.
I wish I was thinking about this earlier.
If I can bring it in at under 16 hours.
I wish I could have fucking thought of this earlier, because I should have put a dash camera up and just gotten footage of you from the last couple weeks when our trees went from green to empty.
Oh my god!
Because it sounds like that could have been footage you could have used.
Yep. And I'm composing ambient music to go behind it.
Nice.
I'm having to slow the ambient music down. Currently, everything's at 51 BPM, but I might go slower just to make sure that there's enough music to fill the footage time. Hopefully, I don't have to repeat too many songs. This is gonna be a long one.
Mm-hmm.
That is the that's the art project coming up. And that's been a lot of where I've been lately. Spend a little bit of time at the Hidden Leaf. Spend some time at home. Spend as much time with the lad as possible. But a lot of time has been out in the, just driving around local, getting footage from out in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Getting fall foliage footage. I would have loved to have been a truck driver, especially long haul.
Never too late.
I feel like my driving
Never too late.
history might be a little. I might have to wait a while for those.
When you go in to get your testing, and I know America and Canada are kind of the same, unless you've got something which restricts, like if you still have a license, you qualify to drive a truck. Go get yourself a CDL course, and then go do the test. Once you have the test, you'd be amazed how many of your past indiscretions become null and void when it comes down to insuring yourself, because you are now considered a highly trained professional driver. Mm-hmm. My insurance right now, dude, is I spend more on coffee in a month than I spend on my insurance because I'm considered a professional driver. So I've got 2 vehicles right now, and I insure them for less than I used to insure one beater. And I've got 2 decent-ass cars right now, and I spend less to insure them than I used to for my one beater because I am a professional driver. I'm assuming it's not much different down there. But yeah, as long as you have a valid license, the only snag you might get, you might come across some of the companies, because the first 2 years of driving are hard to find somebody to bring you on, because depending on what state you're in, insurance may just include you. Insurance may make you an expensive commodity for the company. But there are going to be companies out there. You survive your first 2 years, you're good to go. Doesn't matter what you had before. If you have a valid license, you qualify for a CDL, and at that point, it's just find somebody to hire you, grit it for 2 years, and it won't matter after that. Your CDL, your actual driver record, your CVOR, is independent of your personal record. They just want to know what you've done in a truck, and it's kind of hard to speed and all that other crazy stuff. Anyone with a right mind is never going to try to drive those types of things intoxicated. Like it's right. Real easy to behave when you're behind the wheel of something that big.
Mm-hmm.
I have that. Oh man, you make such a compelling
Get a local
case.
job. Get a local job. They get me home every night. I'm still working the hours that are crazy. Case. I park walking distance from my house, and I am home every single night. The one time they couldn't get me home, they paid for the hotel room by law. But I'm home every single night now. I've done my couple years on the highway. I've done all that stuff. I'm local. I get to play with stuff that would blow your mind. The toys they let me play with, it's asinine. I would almost do this for free if they would just pay my expenses. It's ridiculous.
You make such a compelling case. I gotta say, until Jen and the child don't need me to be present to for them to get rides places when they need it. Like, and that's when they need it in the moment. I'm because taking care of a child, even in the peripheral role that I'm in, takes a lot of commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I'm out driving for fun or for art, if I get a text, I can turn around in that moment and head home.
And if you're with a company that's not a bunch of dickbags, that's not any different. I've got two parents that have medical requirements, and there's been times where I'm like, guys, it's been nice knowing you, but I need to go handle some stuff with my dad. So I'm going to park my trailer here. Come get it if you need to, but I'm going home right now, and I'm only an hour away, and I'm there.
Okay. I mean,
now that's dependent on the company, not the industry.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a good company. There is.
Hey, I've got them by the balls. I'm highly decorated. It would take them a lot to replace me because it's not just replacing somebody in one department. They'd be replacing like 4 people across 4 different departments to try and fill the holes that I fill, if that makes sense. But it's not that different. Like
that's what he said.
The laws are on your side. At the point where your family is under distress, at that point you can no longer concentrate properly. It's fair to say that you're not safe behind the wheel. You can tell them you're going home, and if they bitch, the DOT will bury them for it.
Is this the same in Canada as in America?
Yes. The trucking laws are federal, and they are pretty universal between the two. The only differences are the hours of service. We can drive for 2 hours longer a day than you guys can because of how spaced out we are. That's about the only difference. When it comes down to the rights of the driver, if at any point you're too tired, or if at any point you don't feel that there's any reason that you can be safe behind the wheel, it's your judgment call to say, hey, I'm not safe right now. This is what I'm going to do to fix the situation. And your dispatchers and your company can actually be under heavy, heavy violation if they go against that, because now they're asking you to do something that you don't feel is safe.
Okay.
The rights are in the driver's hands, despite the fact that a lot of drivers don't understand this. That's why a lot of them hire immigrants. That's a whole other conversation. But the rights are in the driver's hand for that. So if it's one of those, I need to go home right now because there's a catastrophe at home and I need to put out a fire, and I'm not fit to drive right now because I'm losing my shit. Yeah. It's a dick move, maybe, arguably. I don't think so, but maybe that's a dick move. But it's within your rights to do so.
Okay. Well then,
come up to Canada. I'll bring you out with me for a couple days. You'll see what I mean. You'll fucking love it, man. You will absolutely love it.
You make a compelling case.
Give me 1 week. I'll turn you into a trucker. I guarantee it.
And, the added income would be good. All it could do is be helpful for them.
Only the good can happen.
Man, when I hear a sentence like that, I get suspicious.
Nothing bad can happen. Come on, only the good can happen.
Only the good can happen. You should ask your
doctor if only the good can happen for you.
I know. I honestly, I don't know who my doctor is right now, because every year, basically, every year since the pandemic, I think I've had a different doctor, because having to sign back up for the public marketplace, because I'm making just enough money that I can't get Medicaid, which doesn't matter because that doesn't get enough money anyway, so that was total crap.
This is all alien language to me. I'm Canadian.
Right. It's, yeah. I don't go see doctors because our healthcare system is fucked. F-bomb. Where's my F-bomb?
Yeah, I thought you didn't say those words. What the hell, man?
I
don't
am
know if I can accept this.
I am talking
I
about our
can't believe I showed
healthcare.
up for this.
He's almost been on air for 3 hours, so.
And I'm
we've broken
talking
him
about
down,
our
have we?
our healthcare system in the U.S. And the difference our healthcare system has to your healthcare system.
Wait. A better way to phrase that is the difference that your healthcare has to the rest of the world's healthcare.
Is
That's
enough
probably the
to
more accurate
make
way to
me
phrase that.
drop an effing F-bomb.
Yep.
That better be a pure caplet of pressed fucking MDMA. That's all I'm saying.
Gosh. That would be nice, but no. Oh, man, and you know the sad thing about MDMA is it just doesn't, I need to take like 2-3 times the amount. And it's just not like, I have to take so much to get, and I always have. It was expensive for me back in the day. It was just so, like, unless I could get acid at the same time and candy flip, ecstasy just was not worth it. Yep, just not worth it. Because I don't have enough serotonin in my brain to begin with. Like, my serotonin, I would have to take double the amount of an SSRI and then take ecstasy for the ecstasy to work. It was not a pretty, it was not a pretty picture. Which was unfortunate, because all my friends would have ecstasy parties and have a great time. And I'd be like, so is that the cuck chair?
Remind me off air sometime to tell you about the cuck chair. Just remind me at some point to tell you when you're not live to tell you about the cuck chair.
Oh.
It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's nowhere close to what you think. But you'll get a kick out of this one. I guarantee it. But I don't think I should share that one online because it involves another person, and that's not my business to share their dirty laundry, even if it's my shirt that's dirty.
Oh God, dude, why'd you use that to mop up? That's my shirt.
If you ever see one of my shirts that seems wrinkly and just unwilling to fall flat, now you know why, all right?
Mm-hmm.
That much?
No.
Gallons. Jeez.
Friggin' fire hose, man.
Frosted like a cake.
You ever been to a yogurt factory? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go make tea and leave you two alone.
Yeah. So how's the monetization on your channel going so far today?
Yeah, honestly, pretty good. I don't think we've said really too much, like, that we can't say. Actually, no, we have. We've said... But it has mostly to do with
the last hour
Dick
is
Cheney.
not making it in the cut.
Oh, no, it's all going in the cut. It's mostly the stuff we talked about, Dick Cheney shooting somebody in the face.
Yeah,
well, that's not controversial. That's fact. That's a matter of fact. It happened. You can't demonetize something that is literal political fact.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, in the United States.
Unless you substitute bullets for yogurt. Or
That's why you got there first. I was going for the, yeah. So, with this, you said don't forget to remind you to shamelessly plug.
oh, yes. Now this is something you don't know about me. There's a documentary on, I think, Amazon Prime right now. Now, I don't give a shit about Amazon, so pirate it if you can. But there's a movie called, or it's a documentary called I Like Me. It's a documentary about John Candy.
Huh?
And I think everybody needs to watch this. If you're a fan, even in the least, of the man, I say watch this. Now, the reason I'm talking about this as a shameless plug is he was a personal friend of my family. The woman he married, Rose Candy, is my mother's best friend from high school. Now, this is a bit of an exclusive because I've never talked about this anywhere outside of my own home because I've literally had people calling asking for questions. But as somebody who misses the hell out of that man, I would recommend everybody goes and watches this documentary. If you even know the name John Candy, watch this documentary because it is the most legitimate postmortem assessment of a man that I have ever seen. And yes, I think it needs as many views as it can possibly get. So that is my shameless plug. I finally got to watch it this week, but that is my shameless plug.
I Like Me.
It's a great
is
movie.
The name of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I Like Me. It's a documentary.
Well, not tonight. I'll have to look that up tomorrow.
Hold on.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of his movies.
Amazon? You said it
should be on Amazon Prime. Yeah. Excellent, excellent. It's a legitimate, real assessment. And I've talked to Rose recently, and I'm like, "What are your views on it?" And she said, it did it justice. It's exactly what she would have wanted to say to the world if she could say it to the world. It's pretty fantastic, especially when you see the high caliber level of people they were talking to through the entire thing. It's pretty amazing. But I mean, I didn't even know what fame was when I was a kid. We just had this friend of ours, John, that would come to the house, and we weren't supposed to tell our friends that he was here. We didn't understand. I didn't care why. I'm like, I don't tell people when any of your friends are here, Mom and Dad. What the hell's wrong with you? But
this
when you see him, which one?
Yeah.
Oh no! I was being like, I was pretending.
Oh, yeah,
I
it was
you
like,
and doing
oh,
that, yeah.
okay.
Like, okay, why does all right? What's your point? Yeah, you dumbasses. Why the hell would I go around?
Why
okay,
this one?
nobody gives a shit who you guys are friends with. Whatever.
Right.
I've actually got pictures of him sitting at our old dining room table playing chess with my dad on a chess set that I still own to this day. It's pretty wild. Just as somebody who knew the man,
cool.
and that's probably the first representation of anyone in Hollywood I've seen where it's bang on. It's pretty good. They do him justice. So I would like to say you guys need to go watch that. Give it the numbers. Make it as big as we can. It's doing all right. Can always do better. Everything helps. Just go watch it. It's worth it. You're going to come out of it feeling pretty good.
All right.
I have put it in my watch list, so I will watch it later.
And I will deal with it when I'm not on stream, because apparently I need to sign back into my Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Video.
That's kind of a
Live.
fun
Come on,
thing.
I need more passwords. I need to order you a bag of dildos. Come on, give me your Amazon password.
So,
It's been at least 4 weeks. You must be due for more dildos.
You had your Aunt Maddie. That's kind of a nifty thought.
Well, and I'm trying to remember what movie they would have been in together.
Good question.
Who?
Shut up.
Madeline Kahn and John Candy.
Ooh.
He was not in... She was not in Spaceballs. He was not in History of the World Part 1.
Oh, he was, gone by then.
Was he in...
He might have done one of the voices in American Tail.
Was she in American Tail?
I believe so.
Surprised I didn't know
I
that.
am looking that up. Hang on.
Was he in Young Frankenstein anywhere?
I don't think so.
He wasn't in
He was
Blazing
always very
Saddles.
specific about the roles he did. He had a personal rule. When he read a script, if it wasn't something that he would be comfortable with his children watching, he ignored it. He didn't entertain the idea.
Huh.
Let's see.
Oh, I guess
I do gotta warn you. When
Huh?
they show Jennifer and Christopher, his kids, in the documentary, and when I was watching, because Jennifer was a bit out of the age gap that I was at the time. But I hung out with Christopher almost any time we hung out, and watching him talk about his dad fucking broke my heart, man. Broke my heart.
I bet. It sounds like a real heartstring puller. Tearjerker.
Because really, the only contact we have, just because the kids are both busy as hell. But my mom and Rose are in contact every week. They have been for, since they were living in downtown Toronto back in the fucking 50s. Like, it's really weird. I still got to wrap my head around the fact that, like, when his name comes up, he's somebody that people recognize around the world. Because I still have that 10-year-old mentality of, this is just John that we hang out with. And it was weird because, like, when he came to hang out, it felt like he was hanging out with us as much as he was with the parents, and that's why he stood out in my mind.
He was very
he was
much of a kid at heart.
Oh, he was just an awesome guy, just an amazing man all around. And it was, now that I look back at it, I'm like, the only time that I realized what the fame meant was we were at their place. They always had a property up north of Toronto. And he had owned both properties beside it. It was a corner lot, and they owned the properties that adjacent to it, so the paparazzi couldn't hang out on the fences and take pictures of his kids. So they had these 3 giant lots. So when we went to go visit, it was neat because we had our own house for however long we were there. But it was weird. I remember the one day vividly. Then this is when Hollywood clicked in my mind. Was we were sitting downstairs. John and my dad are playing pool. They're having a couple drinks, and they're playing pool. And we're downstairs playing in the basement with like the millions of toys and everything. We're just having a great old time, and we're getting bored. And John's like, "Well, why don't you guys go watch a movie?" So Christopher and I, his son, we go over to the other corner, and he opens up the cabinet, which had all the VHS cassettes, and the first 2 rows were all John Candy movies, and then the rest of them were all the stuff we'd actually want to watch. And that's when it clicked in my mind. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, how many other people are out there who want to watch a movie, and they're going to open up their cupboard, and your dad is one of the people in those movies?
Right.
It was surreal. I was like, okay, I get it now, kind of, but I don't, because I'm still only like 10 years old.
I will say that I did have some concept by the time we left the commune. I had by the time we got back, I guess, from the movie set, I had a concept of what that was, what fame was. On what that difference was, like. But Aunt Maddie was never John Candy level famous. So it was never, it was never quite the same. I don't think. But it was, I definitely was. And I think it was because she also wasn't around a lot. I got to know her. I got to know about her through watching her on screen and then occasionally meeting her in person. Uh,
Uh-huh. Interesting.
You get me. I know you get me.
so, um, it was just, I'm not addressing it. It was definitely a much more, and almost on some level, there were people on the farm who were more famous in a different way, like in their own circles. And the fact, and the fact that I was, most of my life was aware of the documentary about B.F. Skinner and the commune, you know, and was aware that I showed up in it. And there was also a postcard of me that made its way around the world. My take on fame was
Wait,
very...
you were Twin Oaks? Or is that something we're not supposed to talk about? I'm good with that.
That's one of the answers to one of the questions.
Okay.
And now that it has been said
my
out
prize?
loud on this app, you need to get more.
Sorry.
Well, okay. First off, you need to get the exact birth date. My exact birth date.
No, I'm just saying that's the first time you've ever made that reference to that name, and I know that name.
You were there like that, buddy. You were,
bro. I go down rabbit holes on the internet, and I've got a photographic memory. So when you say that name, I'm like, wait a minute.
Hang on. In Central Virginia, B.F. Skinner. There it is. It's Twin Oaks. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That is one of the answers, buddy. That's one of the answers you've been looking for.
Do I get a T-shirt?
Okay, so you have to figure out the exact birth date, and
you look 29. So 29 years ago today.
Yeah, flattery doesn't win this one.
Bullshit! It'll get me everywhere when it comes to time.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. And then, oh shit! You can do the third.
Ooh.
I just gave you the hints you need to get all three.
No, I won't go deep. I'll let somebody else dig into that one.
Oh no.
I got the cheat code. I got the cheat code.
You've wanted it. You've wanted this.
No, I haven't really.
That.
I'm happy with what I know about you.
Well, okay. So the other thing is the documentary that documentary that I mentioned that I didn't say the name of was my first national and international television appearance. Because I'm pretty sure it showed up in Canada too. So
hard to say. Our commercials and your commercials are very two different worlds.
Commercials maybe, but it wasn't a commercial.
We watched, especially when I was younger at that rough time, we had more access to like BBC content than we did to American.
What
Except
about
for
PBS?
Things like PBS, which were, okay, yeah, maybe if it was PBS, I might have seen you. Might have.
It's a documentary.
Ooh, maybe not then.
Well,
we got to talk
that's
offline.
true.
I'm curious now. Not because I want to win any
Well-
prizes, but now I'm curious.
Again, you have the only thing you don't have is the date, right? But you've got two other
I hate getting
pieces.
dates. It's so horrible for people like me.
You have two other pieces of information to figure out the documentary. You know
Okay.
that it's about Twin Oaks and B.F. Skinner. And it's on PBS. You actually don't need to search Google. I'm pretty sure you could just search YouTube for PBS, Twin Oaks, B.F. Skinner. And some
Now,
version
if
of
you
this
lived
will
here-
pop up.
If you lived here, would you help me out with the answer? If you lived here?
If I lived there,
If you lived here,
okay.
would you help me out with the answer?
If I lived there, would I have room to set? Because this is really the only thing that's getting in my way of being capable of fulfilling my obligations as having written this contest. Would I have room to set up my forge so that I could cast silver?
Yes. Bro,
Safely.
I got a workshop like you wouldn't believe. Oh man, I would make your dreams come true when it came down to forging opportunities. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh man, the temptation. The temptation. I would help you with the answer. I would help you with the answer right now.
It'd be a bit of a utopia for you, just saying.
Oh, F you.
So I'm right, am I?
Oh.
Where's my t-shirt, Trevor? Where's my t-shirt?
While he's busy choking on that, the only potential possible movie that Aunt Maddie and friend John could have ever been in would have been Yellowbeard. And that is currently unconfirmed. IMDb and the different film databases are saying...
Yellowbeard. I almost forgot about Yellowbeard. Okay. They're saying...
The different film databases do not agree. If he appeared in Yellowbeard at all, it was most likely as a background pirate and was not credited.
Okay. I've only seen Yellowbeard maybe 5 times. And I don't think that's enough to actually scan all the background pirates.
Probably not.
Great movie. Awesome. It's just a hilarious movie. Well, all right. Do we have anything else to talk about before we get out of here, Kat?
No, because it's already 3, just about.
Okay, so we got to get out of here. We're gonna raid out to we're gonna raid out to Master Rasta 420 if he's still alive.
Oh, he's on Master Selecta.
Master Selecta. We're gonna raid out to Master Selecta.
Yeah. You're gonna get to watch me do a couple shots as soon as I think he went to the bathroom. I don't know. He's not at the mixer right now. I'm concerned. I might need to go. Oh, there he is. He's back.
There he is.
He's there.
Okay. Yeah, we will be raiding out.
But when we raid out,
leave.
give us a raid out. I'm gonna run down there. I'm gonna make him do a shot with me. So there you go. That's a perk to sticking around for the raid.
All right, there you go. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Lockpick. Thank you, Kat, very much for being here. Thank you, Master Rasta, even though I know you can't hear me right now. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? Nope, that's everybody.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh, thank you, Chris into 386 as well.
I think that's
Anybody?
everybody.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, all you lurkers. Much love. And as they say around here, so let me get ready here. And as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down. VA double deuces. We're out, y'all. Got my combat kicks, street lethal like Vin Diesel.
Spitting corn, fucking up my glow. Queen see through the bullshit. We run this show. Pass the weed, let's roast them. Here we go, go. Rolling up that dank got me and floating out of space. Dude step to me, game's a fucking disgrace. They spitting corn, that's they weak ass MO. Corny ass lines trying to slide up in my pussy, yo. Well, spitting corn, let me break it down quick. Fucking lame ass talk that makes a bad bitch sick. Smooth talker, but your dick's on mute. Clown ass vibes in a knockoff suit. Puffin' on that gas, blunt staying lit. Yo, pickups trash and dollar store shit. Think you slick, but you killing my vibe. I'd rather fuck this weed than let you near my thigh. Yo, spitting calm, dumb fuck. You ruin the scene. Corny ass lines, don't know what they mean. Spitting blaze in the spot, rolling up that green. Your game so soft, it's a limp dick dream. Spitting corn, think you got that big dick juice. Talk so cheap, it's a chokehold excuse. Spitting corn, don't fuck with that bullshit you sling. Pass a lighter, let this chronic sing. Nails popping ass fat, I'm a boss ass freak. You roll up with corn, getting curved in a week. Game so dry, it's like fucking no flicks. Your pickup's a joke, giving negative sex. High eye off this Kush, head spinning in clouds. Your lines so corny, they belong in the shroud. Spitting corns, yo brand, it's a low budget bust. Talk big cock swagger, but it's giving no thrust. Riding this beat, pussy wet, trap bumping. Your game so stale, like popcorn you're dumping. Step off, little bitch, take your L and bounce. My clips got more game than your whole damn mouse. Yo, you're spitting corn, dumb fuck, you ruin the scene. Corny ass lines, don't know what they mean. Blaze in this fire, rolling up that green. Your game so soft, it's a limp dick dream. Spitting corn, then you got that big dick juice. Talk so cheap, it's a chokehold excuse. Spitting queens, don't fuck with that bullshit you sling. Pass a lighter, let this chronic sing. Like that OG, let it fog up my brain. Your game so whack, it's a straight up shame. Spitting corns, yo crime, you guilty as fuck. Think you pulling bad bitches, boy, you out of luck. Smoking on that loud, got my crew in the cut. Your lines so corny, they belong in the rut. Queens run this shit, we don't fall for the fake. Keep your corn to yourself, I got blunts to bake. Too fly for your nonsense, my aura supreme. Your pickup's a joke, it's a trash ass meme. Spitting corns, your curse, edge deep in the dirt. Trying to flirt with the goddess, but your ego's what's hurt. Roll another one, yeah, I'm staying in my zone. Your game's so dead, it's a fucking gravestone. Think you got sauce, but it's watered down shit. Smoking on gelato while you fumble and quit. This for my ladies, dodging all the lanes. Laughing at these clowns while we spark up the flame. Spitting corns, your fate, better fix that fast. My vibe's too dank for your weak ass past. Yo, you spitting corn, don't fuck, you ruin the scene. Corny ass lines, don't know what they mean. Spitting blaze in this fire, rolling up that green. Your game so soft, it's a limp dick dream. Spitting corn, think you got that big dick juice. Talk so cheap, it's a chokehold excuse. Spitting queens, don't fuck with that bullshit you sling. Pass a lighter, let this chronic sing. Yeah, keep that corny shit far from me. I'm too hot, too fly, queen shit you see. Blunt spit, pussy poppin', I'm out this bitch.